The following program is sponsored by PokerStars.net. Previously on the big game, Scott Seaver got lucky with Dolly Parton against Daniel.
Check out.
I had 9-5.
Twice in a row.
That 9-5 been lucky for you.
And like a supermodel, Scott was constantly striking his signature pose.
It really is the oddest thing, dude. You're going to see it on TV, and you're going to be like, I'm changing it up.
But for our loose cannon, his spirits were up, though his chip stack was down.
Loose cannon time.
Can he make a comeback against this table full of pros? Find out tonight on the big game.
Now we have some action here. You like this?
I love it. I love it.
This is the PokerStars.net Big Game.
Welcome once again to Las Vegas. Alongside Joe Stapleton, I'm Chris Rose, where tonight there's almost $1 million on the table as play continues in our state-of-the-art poker room.
Hardened cash game vet Todd Brunson has finally cracked a smile. He's up almost $40,000.
Young Scott Seaver is up $250,000 and has over a third of all the money at this table in his stack.
Vanessa Russo is also sitting pretty. She's up over $125,000.
The young Dutchman, Lex Veldhuis, had better start flying soon. He's been in a tailspin and is down $58K.
This is our loose cannon, Aaron Jensen. He's been staked $100,000 to play and has promised his fiancée a dream wedding with the profits he plans on winning here tonight. But I wouldn't book the band just yet. He's down over $15K.
And our sixth player is Canadian pro Daniel Negreanu. He's standing by with our Amanda Leatherman.
Daniel, what's going on out there? It seems like this week hasn't been that good for you.
I got screwed on the seat draw. Scott Seaver's on my left, and he never, ever folds. He's always got something. Every time he has a 9 in his hand, some miracle thing happens, and he wins. So I really just want to play him again. Maybe I'll play him online or something like that, where I get positioned something. I don't know.
So you're saying he's lucky?
No, he's good, too. It sucks. Bad combination. Lucky and good. Hate it.
Well, what about the loose cannon? You think he can fight his way back?
I think the loose cannon is about to get frisky. I mean, he doesn't have that much time left, and he was up a little bit, biding his time, but eventually he's going to have to start gambling.
All right, well, maybe you'll get his chips.
I hope so. Can use them.
Quick reminder that each cannon is staked $100,000 and keeps all profits above the initial $100,000. At season's end, the loose cannon who's won the most money earns a North American Poker Tour passport worth $50,000.
That's our leading loose cannon, Nadia Magnus. She walked away with over $63,000 in profits, so Aaron's got some work to do.
Action begins on Lex Veldhuis, who folds. Vanessa Russo, pocket tens.
Over the past few nights, we've seen Vanessa raise her big hands 2.5 times the big blind from early.
Raise.
To 1,000. Big blind's 400, 2.5 times 400 at that. Yes, that works out, Joe. Thank you.
Ding, ding, ding.
Daniel re-raises to 3,500.
Daniel's got a playable hand, but he's in bad shape to Vanessa's tens.
Scott Seaver, very aggressive this week. Ace-8 on the button, but he folds. So does Todd. And the loose cannon.
What are you sitting with, by the way?
What's that?
What are you sitting with, by the way?
I'm sitting with a quorum, a bracelet, black shirt, watch.
I can't, I mean...
She can't see over your stack, but you have orange chips.
75. Is that 100?
There's 4 of them. Each one's worth 25. I know you're a math major.
I'm
You
trying
went
to
to
count.
Duke.
You keep talking.
You went to Duke. You did all that stuff. Here, let me help you. I'll move them around like this. Okay, go ahead. It's all right. I'm just trying to help. Okay. It's about, there's the 100.
All right, dude, you've confused me into calling.
Okay, sounds good.
She calls.
Vanessa knew she wasn't folding, but Daniel's stack size is relevant to the hand.
What?
Set up the cooler.
King 5 jack. Vanessa checks.
Scott Seaver wasn't kidding about the cooler. Daniel went from being a 3-to-1 dog to being almost a coin flip with his open-ended straight draw.
He bets 4,500, and Vanessa quickly calls.
Daniel's made a semi-bluff, and Vanessa's right to call so far.
Queen of clubs on the turn.
Daniel's just jumped way out in front, but now Vanessa's open-ended as well.
She checks.
Yeah, check.
Daniel checks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. This is a dangerous board for both players.
6 of hearts on the river.
Check.
Check, check. And Daniel takes it down.
Queen ball, corner pocket.
Works much better when you use a number that's actually in the game of pool.
What did I say? Queen ball?
Queen ball, corner pocket.
You don't know? Yeah, that's the 12, buddy. The 12? Queen ball?
No, I understand, but...
I think Daniel understands, too. He made a living at pool as a teenager.
Well, here are the rules of the big game. Each table lasts exactly 150 hands. The action pre-flop is pot limit, then no limit after the flop. Blinds are 2 and 400 with a $100 ante, all of which is paid by the player on the button. Every player begins with at least 100 grand, but can reload all the way up to a $500,000.
Let's try a straddle.
Ah, you beat me to it.
Oh, you want a sleepy?
Yeah.
If you sleepy, buddy, just for you. See how much of a gentleman I am?
Daniel's letting the cannon sleeper straddle, which is essentially a straddle on the button. If action folds around, then it becomes live in your last act pre-flop.
Daniel looking at ace-4 suited.
Okay, I think I screwed your whole plan up already.
See, this is what I said, like...
Raise.
Sorry. But it was fun that you did that. Let me ask you a question. Was that fun for you?
It's fine.
Did you enjoy it? But you enjoyed it, having the money out there like a crazy gambler. 800 in the dark. It was fun.
Scott calls, also with ace-4 suited. Todd calls.
Because Daniel raised, Aaron gets to take back his straddle.
What are you doing?
Thank you, Daniel.
He folds. Pocket sixes for Lex. He calls. Vanessa.
40.
Pocket eights.
Things could get pretty interesting here as everyone's got a bona fide hand. Looks like Vanessa's thinking about a squeeze, but I'm not sure how many of these maniacs are actually going to fold.
Raise pot, whatever that is.
So call 12, then 24, 48.
66 more.
66 more.
I got it before you did. What? What? Hey. I counted up before he did. What does that get me?
Vanessa raises to 7,800.
What's the cheesy line? Like, that and a buck will get you a cup of coffee, I think is the line, right?
I don't know about coffee, but Vanessa has juiced this pot out of position.
No, it's better by just showing how inane this whole awesome spot is.
Daniel. Take your time calling there, pal.
He was getting about 3 to 1 on his money.
Now Scott.
Now that Daniel's called, Scott's getting 4 to 1 on his money.
66 more.
That's correct, sir.
Scott calls.
As more players call, the pot odds continue to improve. 5 to 1 now for Todd.
Do a hero play right here.
What's that?
He
Pretty
folds.
much exactly what I was going for.
Todd knows he's unlikely to be ahead. Lex with his sixes is certainly getting the right price.
I'll pot.
What are you doing now?
I'm potting. He's fine.
Oh, really?
It puts them all in.
Lex re-raises to nearly 41,000.
Lex is trying to collect any dead money that might be out there. And if he gets called, there's always the chance he'll win the hand.
Okay, so what's in the pot right now? Like, should I call?
What do you mean?
If I were to raise, like in other words, what would be the
It would
raise
basically
pot
put
right
you
now?
all in.
Yeah.
It would basically put you all in.
That wouldn't put me all in. I had 210 before, 220 before the end, yeah.
I don't think people are going to play a flop when you make a 139. You'd be surprised what I'd do.
Lex is trying to get some protection, and Scott's angling to be able to see a flop. Vanessa's trying to figure out what hands Lex would cold call shove with.
Free pot.
Vanessa pots it. Daniel folds.
You said you had like 215?
Something like that before the hand.
They did send in the cooler. They called it in.
I think Scott's posturing a bit. Don't think he can really call or raise. He might be just trying to make Vanessa and Lex sweat for the fun of it.
So nonchalant. I couldn't have been happier to snap you off. It's really, really, really nonchalant.
Scott folds. And Lex is in for the rest of his.
Do we show? I mean, do we have to show? Yeah, show.
Hold on a second there, buddy. This is a cash game, and Lex doesn't have to show till the end if he doesn't want to.
What?
Gotta give Vanessa credit. She made the right read and made the right move to isolate Lex, and now she's in a great spot to bust him and win a huge pot.
Lex is all in as it's pair versus pair. Queen 7 Jack.
I flopped the joint. Dang. Had a feeling, too.
Daniel would have flopped the ace high flush.
The nuts. The absolute nuts.
Wow.
It's an amazing spot.
Spade will be no help to Lex. Vanessa's got him nutted.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying as it turned out.
Lex is dead to a 6.
Oh, I would have had the nuts.
The turn gives Vanessa a set and a pot worth nearly 100 grand. And a meaningless 3 on the river.
Yeah, you ruined. They had this all planned, and you were just supposed to call.
Sorry, what do you want from me? There's so much in there. It looks so good.
First National Bank of Daniel just handed 100K to Lex to stay in the game.
Never folding 10s ever again in that spot.
You didn't have 10s.
No, I just had deuce 4. Just for the fun of it, I did all this. Just to torture me? Yeah, just to torture you.
While the boys chat it up, it's Vanessa that's stacking more chips and adding to her profits. If you'd like to become a loose cannon, simply log on to PokerStars.net. There are free qualifying tournaments every day. We're coming back with much more right after this. Welcome back to the big game.